Welcome back to my channel. So I wanted to do this quick video for you guys before the year is over to show you first my hair growth. So as you guys know, I've been natural for 4 years, and it was my first time straightening my hair 2.5 weeks ago. I did a silk press, and it's been holding up pretty well. I've been wrapping it some days, and some of the other days I've just been braiding it up into 4 and putting my headscarf on and just waking up in the morning and taking them out and just letting it do its own thing. That's why it's like this. So my hair, after I had trimmed it, maybe it's almost to the middle of my back when it's completely straight. And for this video, I just wanted to give you guys a few tips on how I grew my hair back. So the first thing I wanted to tell you is there's not any magic product that you can buy that's gonna grow your hair like 2-3 inches in 1 month. If you see people out here talking about magic growth oil, yes, it may work because I have collabed with people that have sent me stuff that have been good for my hair, but it's really about the maintenance. And that's really what I want to get down to for this video. How I was able to keep my length and how I was able to grow it out was, one, really paying attention to my ends and trimming when necessary. I trim maybe twice a year. I don't trim every 3 months like some naturals suggest, because based on how I've been maintaining my hair and taking care of it, I've noticed that I haven't really need too many trims. So you got to make sure that you're trimming accordingly. If you see like those little knots at the end, if you see that you need a little dusting, do not keep them, just cut them off. Also, another thing that I really helped with my hair growth was I completely took out brushes and combs when I was doing my wash days. When I was twisting my hair up, I only finger detangle, because I've noticed that when I'm finger detangling, I'm more softer with my hair and I'm a little bit more patient, because I'm having to go through strand by strand. And if I'm feeling that it's knotting up, or if I'm feeling that there's something that's icky or I need to cut, I will just cut it. So finger detangling for me has been very beneficial in the length retention and the growth of my hair. As you guys can see, it's starting to grow back. I dyed my hair in either the last week of November or the first week of November. I have to check, but it was maybe about a month and a half, 2 months ago. And this is the growth that I've had so far. As you guys know, your hair grows about, I think it's at half an inch to 1 inch a month. So you will be having shedding, and don't be concerned about that, because your hair is supposed to shed from 50 to 100 strands every day. So if you're seeing some shedding, it's okay. But if you're seeing like clumps of your hair coming out, I recommend that maybe you go, one, see a doctor based on, you know, what your lifestyle decisions are, or something. If you bleached your hair or something like that, make sure like you're not pulling out clumps. Another thing about breakage that I also wanted to add, you can see that your hair is breaking at the ends of it, if it's just breaking off small pieces at the end, as opposed to when your hair is coming out, you're seeing like the long strands. That's how you know your hair is breaking. Another thing that I also wanted to add, I started incorporating maybe a year ago more deep conditioning for my hair, because I was noticing that it was hard for me to retain moisture. I wasn't sure if it was the products that I was using or maybe the maintenance of my hair. But when I started deep conditioning, I deep conditioned once a week. Now, I haven't deep conditioned now just because I've had my hair like this for 2.5 weeks. But when I wash my hair in another week, I am going to start to go back in with the deep conditioner. The deep conditioner that I have been using that I absolutely love, if your hair is low porosity like mine, I use the Cream of Nature hair mask, and it's the honey version. It just lathers on. It makes it so much easier for wash day. If you're a low porosity natural and you have not tried the Cream of Nature hair mask, that's the honey brand, you really need to try that out, because as you can see, my hair is color treated. Like I said, this is the first time I've straightened my hair in 2.5 weeks, but I did a little test in the back and I wet a little bit up to see if my curl pattern would come back, and it did. So gratefully, it will be coming back. So the last thing that I wanted to add, and I know you've seen me talk about it in some of my other videos on my YouTube channel, is you really need to be patient. Like this is the longest my hair has ever been. and I am so grateful for the hair growth, and I am so excited. But in the very beginning, I was very discouraged because I was just seeing all these other natural hair girls, and I'm like, oh my God, they're growing their hair so fast. What am I doing wrong? It was something that I really had to learn. But do not rush the growth of your hair. It takes time. Now, these are things that just work for me in particular for my hair. If you have something that's working out for you and you see growth, continue it. But if you want some tips, those are the things that helped me grow my hair back. I went natural 4 years ago, and I cut it all off. My hair was maybe not, I couldn't even put it in a ponytail. It was like to my eyebrows. So you can do it, because I did. And as you can see, I've dyed my hair maybe 3 times. I only do it. The first time I did it twice in that year. The first year I did it, but now I've only been doing it once. But as you can see, my hair is color treated, and I haven't been doing anything to my hair, but I mean, I have put chemicals on it, because that's what hair dye is. And your hair really can come back. You just really need to have patience. You really need to find out a good, consistent regimen for your natural hair. Don't just do something for 2 months and then just slack off. Also, I probably should have put this in the video, but I'm just going to add because I just remembered. If you're keeping your hair in protective styles, make sure you're keeping your scalp moisturized. One thing I noticed when I first went natural and I was trying to do protective styles, I would just think I could just put it in and just leave it alone for like 2-3 weeks. No. Absolutely not. You need to make sure that you are keeping your hair moisturized, that you're oiling your scalp, that you're wrapping your hair and keeping those ends tucked, because that is the only way that you are going to see length retention. Your hair is always growing. Your hair will always grow. But what you guys are seeing is the breakage at the end of your hair. The length retention is super, super, super important, which is why it is a combination of things. You got to make sure you're tucking these ends. You got to make sure you're lathering on to the ends. You got to make sure you're getting deep in your scalp when you're doing scalp massages, when you're shampooing your hair, because that is the only way that you are going to see any real hair growth. And I am a living testament. Before I know it, hopefully my hair will be down to my butt, but we shall see.